We're starting over. Bust it up, everybody. Here we go.
Are you guys ready to rip it? I know I am. Make reality rip. Give that can a sip. Smoke on some crack. Patrick Coleman's back.
God damn it. I fuck everything up. I ruin everything. I should have started at the chorus.
It's all good, man. It's going pretty good. Pretty good. How the fuck are you guys?
I'm ripping reality apart. How about you, Doc?
Yeah, also good. It's been a fascinating few days watching Patrick do his thing. As you've said on me, it only gets lower.
No, it really does. It's shocking every time. How does he fucking get me every single time? Every single time.
We will all soon find out that this is a bottomless pit. And what we're seeing now is he's just trying to grab onto whatever he can along the way to the bottom to slow that fall. But it ain't happening, Pat.
That's
we're in danger. You know, if you gaze too long at the abyss, it will begin to gaze back at you. So the longer we look at Patrick, the more like him we're going to become. You know,
I'm already a gay shaman and I'm straight as fuck.
Yeah, dude. I'm a gay shaman now too. This is fucking Patrick's fault, man.
Ian, you're going to have to join us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the shaman tingle a bit, but I'm fighting it.
Yeah, my shaman star is pinging for you, Doc Savage.
I got a tingle, but I think it's something else.
Could be like a bit of the herp.
Could be.
Conceivably. But yeah, it's fascinating to watch, and I wrote to him recently just to say, dude, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? The lies that you're telling are just so transparent, it's so desperate that it's actually embarrassing to even do this.
It's like a child's lie, like my imaginary friend did it. Yeah, my spirits did it.
You catch his hand in the cookie jar, and you go, "Are you stealing cookies?" He goes, "No, I'm not. I mean, we have fucking videos that prove that he's lying." So,
we just fucking saw you do it, child.
I know. I don't get it. I mean, I just did my response video to his 30-minute epic about me, and also the one where he claims that a demon possessed him to make him threaten to kill Vitaly, but that it was basically me that made him threaten to kill Vitaly.
Yeah, that whole thing confused the fuck out of me.
It is confusing.
It's your demon or his demon, and somebody did something to make you attack him, and I don't know.
Let me explain. So what happened, everybody, is I'm possessed by a demon, which everyone knows, and the demon is named Eris, okay? And so this demon, it went and it possessed Patrick, because this demon apparently wants me to self-destruct. So this demon went and possessed Patrick and made Patrick threaten to kill Vitaly because the demon knew that I would react and expose myself. I think that's Ian. The demon knew that I would react and expose myself. So this was all a ploy by the demons to make me look bad. So when Patrick threatened to kill Vitaly on video, that was actually the demon setting me up. Okay? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, can it get any more convoluted? I mean, just add an extra layer to that, and yeah, the demon actually came and mowed my lawn before it went to talk to Patrick.
Oh yeah, he fixed my toilet too. I clogged it up the day before. I ate a lot of fiber, and it was just like a block stuck in my toilet. The demon came and saved me.
Good, man. I hope you paid it well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if we're just making shit up, let's go hog wild. But he has, in the same kind of conversation with me, denied saying things that he said 10 minutes ago because of the inconvenience.
Oh.
It's like his first instinct is to lie, but he doesn't give himself time to even think up something half-ass plausible first.
Well, here's the thing, too. And after he gave his convoluted explanation of why he threatened to kill Vitaly, he said, like, oh, and you guys fell for Omni Eris's trick. I'm like, wait, you just told us a demon possessed you, and then you're going to say they fell for my trick if they don't believe it? I mean, you're the one who's laying a fucking elaborate lie as a trick.
And can I bring up the death threats and this private investigator? And, well, we know the vandalism thing is a lie. Okay, we know this now. But this death threat shit, I want him to show a screen cap like we show of him making these comments. Show us somebody that sent you a death threat. Show us who they are. And if anybody is out there actually doing this, don't. I want you to get fucking charged for doing so. I don't advocate that, and I'm pretty sure the rest of you guys don't. And
no, absolutely. I wrote that specifically to him. So the reason I don't bat an eyelid when you make these claims is because you've got no credibility. You've done this before. There's no evidence of it. And anyone who's doing that is an ass, and no friend of mine would do it and remain.
Oops. You there, Ian?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you were interrupting.
And this private investigator, what agency does he belong to? Is this just some dude that's online and says, I'm a private investigator. I type into Google and find stuff.
I'll tell you what's going on, okay? It's, if anybody is sending him anonymous death threats or calling him and pretending to be a private investigator, I have a pretty good idea of who's behind it. Because this is the way that Old Kendall operates. He fucking uses anonymous accounts and gets people to do things for him so that he can stir shit up to entertain himself. So if Patrick is getting death threats, you might want to start with him or Laura Snow or Jack, you know, or even Josh Luxer, because he gets off on torturing Patrick too.
I think what you're suggesting could be very true. There's no way of 100% knowing exactly who it is, but I got a strong feeling that somebody is definitely just fucking with him if he's receiving these at all. It could just be a complete fictional fragment of his imagination that we're dealing with.
I mean, I thought at one point that the special visits from the Men in Black, other authority figures, calls from PIs and such, were a message from Patrick's humanity to his crazy mind, giving him good suggestions, like, stop doing what you're doing. But I don't know.
It could be like a way of his mind trying to manifest itself as logic, trying to save him from the damage he's doing to himself, maybe?
Yeah, the internal keeper function. But I think it's too advanced for him. He's probably just saying the first thing that comes into his mind, as is increasingly apparent. But how can he be more creepy and loathsome, darker even than before, now that he appears to be, well, how can we put it, more focused, less altered, perhaps?
I got a strong feeling that the alcohol and everything else he was dealing with probably suppressed a good part of that. It numbed it a little bit. And we were seeing the goofy drug addict version of him, and now we're seeing a far more focused manipulator now that he's out of that.
Yeah, and frantically trying to undo the past, but doing it the wrong way. Instead of saying, I did these things, I was in a terrible state of mind, I maybe hurt some people, but I'm moving past that. I'm moving past it.
What would be amazing? No, go ahead, sorry.
You know, when he came back to let bygones be bygones, make a fresh start, but he did not miss a heartbeat in offering emotionally and psychologically vulnerable people terrible, terrible advice. As you've said, money or no money, it's great potential for harm.
Well, he doubled down. I mean, that's what he does best. He never admits he's wrong about anything. And if he is wrong about something, it's because we live in a quantum universe where there are multiple timelines overlaid upon each other, so he can just choose to believe whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, he put that in nice wording, actually, saying that his logic is fine, it just doesn't fit into my sphere of reality. Yeah. Meaning, he can say anything is accurate, according to his unique sphere of reality. So it's like, Patrick, this isn't evidence of anything. And yeah.
I just think what he would really need to do, and what would just surprise everybody, is just apologize and own up to your shit and say, I'm really sorry, guys. But it'll never happen in a million years. Never, ever.
Very dedicated
But,
to the evil piece.
hopefully I'm wrong, and one day he will do that, but I don't see it ever happening.
Yeah, I put that in writing, saying, if you did that, if you made the smallest gesture like that, a lot of good people would respect you a lot more, and a lot of good people would be right there to help you, because the guy has a lot to offer. He's just, as our new friend CW mentioned, he works better in the light. But it's all gone now.
Yeah. Did Patrick ever have real light? I mean, I guess you could say when he was following his creative impulses, that would probably be the closest thing to light he's ever been to, but
light meaning living in a state where you're able to be honest with yourself as well as with other people and be accountable for what you do.
He's a born liar, though. Like, it's his first instinct. It's not even a talent because he's not good at it, but it's his first reaction is to lie to make himself look good.
And I won't even go so far as to say, like, every single shred of advice he has ever given has been bad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the bad that he has done has far outweighed the good. And hopefully we can get into this 14-year-old video in a minute and just show people exactly what we're talking about here. But I mean, I'm sure he's capable of once in a while. I mean, the clock is right 2 times a day, after all. I'm sure once in a while he does say helpful things to people. But you got stuff like this that just completely outweighs every bit of good he's ever done.
Yeah. Whenever he says to an emotionally damaged person in crisis, don't seek medical help. Don't tell anybody how terrible you're feeling, and never go into a mental hospital.
And if you're suicidal, don't tell anybody, because they will just lock you up.
Yeah, that makes me personally disgusted and very afraid. And by way of disclosure, one of the reasons that this bothers me is I could so easily have been Vitaly.
Right.
And not just that, it's like we got suicidal people that come to him, sure, but also we got idiots that are gullible and could just repeat and parrot the stupid advice he gives to others that are in a similar situation. I mean, this is like a butterfly effect kind of deal where he's online and people listen and they take it to heart, and they may not exactly be suicidal, but they're going to go forth with that belief that suicide's a reset button, and when they come across someone who is, they're going to repeat his bullshit if they're stupid enough to believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's far more dangerous than people are willing to give it credit for.
And to be clear, I've pointed this out to Patrick with regard to his general advice about psychiatric care and specific instances where he's offered poor advice. I've told him how dangerous it really is in terms of body count. I've backed that up with statistics, although he has nothing to offer in parallel to that. And he's admitted to me that he understands how dangerous this is. He says that shamanic births and deaths and rebirths come at a high price. He knows that, and yet continues to do it.
He wants more people to be fucked up like him. That's what it is. He just wants more fucking numbers.
Lobsters in the bucket. Can't climb out.
Well, guys, before we get to the video where he does some very curious things about a 14-year-old client of his that he now denies having, I want to read this comment he left me last night. It says, Omni Eros, get over yourself. I talked to the private investigator at length and also the medical examiner. Lie. I will give you this, though. They had to list it as a suicide due to pressure from an outside agency that shall remain nameless. Lie.
Where's the evidence of that?
Well, here's the thing. Is the medical examiner really going to be like, there was this huge... Oh, who are you? Oh, you're Patrick John Coleman? Right. Yeah, there's this huge fucking conspiracy. I'm just going to tell you, let you go post it on the internet here.
whole bunch of dudes in fedoras showed up and said, "Hey, this was a suicide. Shut your mouth."
Medical examiners are about as real as the goddamn men in black who come and talk to him every once in a while. But,
yeah, they're real, apparently.
I want to continue. This is important, the end part here. There is no way I could be responsible for his suicide because he didn't commit suicide. So you are advised to take those videos down. They served their purpose, and like the private investigator told me, you should do this for your own safety. Veiled threat, also lie, and also we should just drop all this because there is so much you don't know, and you're pissing some very powerful people off. So again, thank you for everything and showing the world who you truly are. But we had to go you a little bit to get you to expose yourself. Vitaly is happy where he is now. It's over and done. Thanks for playing. So what is he saying? Is he
just how he ended that?
Dead? Is he saying Vitaly's still alive?
Just how he ended that makes me just kind of sick to the stomach and get a weird taste under my tongue. You know, I feel like I want to puke just reading that very last few lines there. We had to goad you a little bit to get you to expose yourself. Vitaly is very happy where he is now. It's over and done. Thanks for playing. Halo emoji.
Dude, is he speaking
kill me, dude. I can't believe that he actually says this shit and lives with himself afterwards.
No, he like, and I love this part where he says thanks for playing, as though this is his fucking trump card to finally shut me up. Oh, you didn't know, but Vitaly's still alive, and there was a suicide, but it wasn't really a suicide, and the medical examiner told me, trump card played, now stop talking about me.
Is he implying that he's still alive, or implying that Vitaly was murdered?
It seems like both, but the only thing I can take away from the end of this, because how could he be so remarkably inconsistent within the span of a couple of sentences, is that
right, I know, it's crazy.
Vitaly is still alive, and that his death was a fake. Which leaves me wondering, well then whose fucking body was that?
It's fucking insane, man.
Sorry, I'm yelling too loud for Ron.
Yeah, he's...
No, my ear's actually fucking really hot in here.
He reminds me of a guy in a boat with multiple holes, and he sticks his finger in one hole, and then he runs over and sticks it in another at the far side of the boat. Yeah. And there's another hole starting, and he's just...
Ship's going down. You're treading water, buddy. Learn to swim, okay?
Yeah, and just before we get into it, should I worry about being attacked by you, Omni? Because after he spun the revisionist history, which was basically, you're a terrible human and you've done all this, and we're all possessed. He said, I have to be careful because I might be your next victim.
I gotta tell you, I've been thinking...
Well, I mean, you're being randomly possessed by demons and stuff, so I don't know if I should be here either. I mean...
you're possessed by a demon, too.
Anybody could be killed here at any moment. No, it's just you. Nobody paid attention to my shit. He never mentions me by name.
No, Ron, you have suffered a grievous narcissistic injury, okay?
I know.
And that's why you're last.
I'm going to make this bitch say my name. I promise you.
He talks about your videos. He says Ron, I think, in the 30-minute one somewhere. I could be mixing that up with the demon possession one, though. They all run together after a while. That reminds me. When I recorded my new Magic Kool-Aid with Patrick, it was mind-numbing after a while because literally different videos but the same backdrop, and he just repeats the same things over and over again in different videos, and it's fucking... It's not even hypnotic, it's just mind-numbing.
Yeah, he comes up with the theme about his Amazing Life class, which was probably 90 minutes in a community center.
Making arts and crafts and shit.
Yeah, and his basic psychology. So I stressed to him, yeah, these are potentially useful starting points, but stress the word basic, Patrick. You trot out exactly the same tropes and memes with no evidence for anything that you're saying, and you just expect people to buy into it. And it's as if I've never had a conversation with him before, because I think I present as a fairly educated person. Mm-hmm. And yet it tries to say, oh, this person who's your friend, who agrees with you in most ways, oh yeah, he's going to come and attack you because you're, I don't know. He's almost like he's trying to recruit an ally.
I'm the Antichrist, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He can be clever sometimes. It's very rare that I actually view him to be clever. But smart.
It's probably on accident if he is.
It probably is. Like you said, a broken clock's right twice a day. But in spite of viewing him to be occasionally clever, I would not use the word smart to describe him, okay? He's not smart. He's a dumbass.
There's a level of animal sneakiness that is a function of self-preservation. It's a tool that he almost certainly has had to have, but it's a primitive thing. I think the guy has so much potential, and he's operating at a level of, I don't know, something so distressing about the guy, and yet compelling about him too.
Yeah. Well, I know everyone's dying to see this juicy video where Patrick reveals that he's probably a sexual predator. I say probably because, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people who aren't sexual predators aren't going around making videos like that. I'm just saying.
They aren't. No normal person is going to be like, oh, don't tell your parents, but I'll be your shamanic advisor. By the way, go have lots of sex and drink. Oh, you're suicidal? Yeah, definitely drink a lot because suicidal people should always get drunk. That's a fucking good idea. And have meaningless sex with strangers because people never feel bad about doing things like that. Nope. Just
come move in with me.
Fine.
I'll let you use my EBT card.
Go get HIV. Don't commit suicide. Just go to big fucking bukkake bareback orgies and just contract various diseases throughout your life. That's a great way to not feel suicidal, guys.
You want to be like me, don't you, kid?
Oh, somebody, 1 second.
Someone's delivering a wounded animal to Omni's house. I think it's Patrick.
Oh, it's the organization. They're going to disembowel a creature.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So,
that shit was crazy.
Dude, the lady who gave me my mail, she just looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Did she just hear me say that?
So, with regard to the 14-year-old, I don't know what his intentions were. Don't know anything about that. I can speculate quite accurately, I think. But one of the easy points to make is Patrick has denied talking to children in this context as an advisor. He's told me repeatedly that never ever happened, despite me linking it to his own video and explaining, you did this.
This video is still up on his channel, guys.
I know what his future fucking response to this is going to be. He's going to say, no, he was a spiritual age of 59, and you don't know what you're talking about. You're ignorant of spiritual matters. I'm channeling right now. I'm sorry. He's going to say that, and he's also going to say that age is just a number. What's wrong with love?
All these things that he said, like, you know, demons made me threaten to kill him. Age is just a number. We'll see. He probably will say that. Let's just see if a fucking jury or a judge would be interested in his excuses for why he behaves in this behavior. Or what? Blech! That was a fucking word bomb there. Whatever.
Yeah, and for anyone out there that's experiencing suicidal tendencies or distress, emotional or otherwise, talk to someone. Go and see your doctor. If you're on medication, keep taking it. If you don't like it, talk to your doctor about it and change it. Do it under supervision.
And talk to someone close to you, not Patrick.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone that you've got a reasonable expectation of being honest and trustworthy. Doesn't matter if they're a professional. They will help you seek and get and receive effective medical treatment. And it's your best chance of doing better. You know, by all means, be a shaman. Set up an altar. Dye your hair purple. All the goofy stuff you want. Chant, burn incense, all of that. But do the things that work as well. And I think that's where Patrick could help people instead of giving them advice that actually risks their lives. I just got into the mental hospital. I feel like going into the woods and living on urine and herbs. What do you think about that? Absolutely. Go right ahead, says Patrick.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't think twice.
I
Justified because the guy was a shaman. How was he a shaman, Patrick? How do you know? Well, he told me. So clearly you can't have schizophrenia, even though it's very much like shaman sickness, because I know the difference, based on presumably his magic shaman detecting skills.
Well, he now claims to be able to cure mental illness, but at the same time he also claims that mental illness is not real. So I don't understand. You can't really say both of those things and be consistent.
And another
I'm from another dimension, you guys, where I get to say whatever the fuck I want, and it all makes sense.
Yeah, it reminds me of his "many things can be true at one time" story, and he also made a comment about yourself, Omni, where he said he'd consulted with other shamans who put a curse on me, apparently. Consulted with shamans and experts on borderline personality disorder, and they confirmed what he thought.
Which is?
That you are either possessed or have BPD.
Oh, he doesn't have BPD?
But he's also posted a video saying BPD is a bullshit diagnosis and that it doesn't exist.
That's because he's probably got it and didn't like having that diagnosis.
He's probably had a lot of diagnoses. A lot.
Yeah. So are his experts experts in something that does or doesn't exist, that you do or do not have, and why is that relevant anyway?
As a person who's supposed to be a healer, he should be viewing these people as allies, not like an enemy. The psychological industry is not your enemy, Pat. You need to actually learn some of it.
It's a way that can work very well and allow other therapies, talking therapy, movement, yoga, exercise, it allows those things to actually work. And the numbers say only one thing. If you are severely mentally ill, your best chance is to be effectively medicated, engage in psychiatric or psychological counseling, and do the additional things that help you feel good. So be a shaman, worship whatever you choose. But do all of these things. Give yourself the very best chance rather than believing a lunatic who, while under psychiatric care and medication, says to other people, do not do the things that I benefit from.
Yeah. Well,
out of one side of his mouth, he wants to help people, and then out the other side of his mouth, he's telling them to not seek help. And then he tells people to be open-minded out of one side of his mouth, and then he completely shuts off this entire avenue of help for people.
He thrives on the chaos. He really enjoys it.
It's the most hypocritical shit you could ever imagine here that we're talking about, people.
He does a thing that's reminiscent of the creationist arguments, where
yes, absolutely.
A person will throw 20 different fallacious arguments and logical fallacies at you. It basically puts rational people on in a stunned state.
It makes them stay away.
Yeah.
So then he's only got an audience of like insane people who think they understand what he's talking about. But sane people are like, I'm not even going to fucking bother with this shit.
Yeah. I bother with it, as I've said to him, because some of the things that he says are potentially lethal. He's talking to a vulnerable audience, although he claims only to speak to emotionally healthy adults, which is demonstrably untrue. He accepts that this is true in terms of his potential harm, and continues to do so.
Well, he's never going to change, but I think we need to watch this video, guys. This is a very revealing video, okay? He left it up on his channel, but he doesn't want you guys to know it exists. Let's just go. We'll start at the beginning.
Hello, my name is Patrick Coleman, and I'm a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. And I've been working with
How do you fuck up saying your own name, bro?
I don't know, but the first 30 seconds of that, 12 seconds, the first 12 seconds of this video are just fucking god-awful, man. He can't get his name right, and then he says, yeah, I've been talking to a 14-year-old boy. Yeah, what a great way to fucking introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, could you play the very first bit just to make sure everyone got to hear that he's talking to a 14-year-old kid?
Let's start over, guys. This is very important.
Hello, my name is Patrick Coleman, and I'm a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. And I've been working with this 14-year-old boy, which is probably illegal, so arrest me. Go on.
He knows it's illegal and just dares someone to do something about it. That's some fucking balls, man. You got some balls, Pat.
That's its humanity shining through as a little in parenthesis. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to tell the world on YouTube and then deny it because I'm going to post evidence of my misdoings all over the world.
It's easy to do whatever the fuck you want with no repercussions when you get to claim, oh, it was a demon possessing me, and then if the police or mental hospital people come after you, you get to say, oh, I was just acting. That's what he's trying to do here.
Well,
he even says that in a video, guys. Like, he says in a video that, well, this whole acting thing, the shamans made me go through that just so when they come and question my sanity, I get to just say I'm an actor.
And the fail-safe to that is that's one option. But if his feet are held to the fire a little bit more, he'll play the crazy card. I'm not accountable for anything I say or do because I'm actually not of sound mind.
Yeah,
that's the fault.
He'll take any excuse.
But guys, his last straw right there when he finally does.
We need to press this home, okay, guys? You really need to pay attention here.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Patrick Coleman, and I'm a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. And I've been working with this 14-year-old boy, which is probably illegal, so arrest me. Go on. My landlord's a cop. So he knows that I get threats from people. He knows I get threats from people. So whenever the cops come to my door, I call him, and mainly it's from psychopathic women. Psychopathic women call.
He really feels like he has immunity because his landlord's a cop. Do you think that the fact that his landlord's a cop is playing a role in his feeling like he's immune to this crap? Because I don't know why he would think that he's immune to repercussions for making a video like this.
Apparently his landlord is an ex-cop, and whoever he is, I can only imagine what it's like having Patrick as a tenant.
I know, right? Like the landlord loves Patrick. Give me a fucking break.
But I've pointed out to him again in writing that there's a very big difference between knowing a former officer and having police protection.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure the police have great thoughts about Patrick. We all heard that phone call where he called to ask them to stop his cyber bullies. The police sounded really thrilled to hear from him.
Yeah, great advice from a very cool and very professional police officer who said to Patrick, "Sir, you need to get off the internet and back on your meds."
Yeah,
why would you even post that, though? Like, I don't understand. What a fucking...
He was still fucked up when he posted it.
Fucking idiot. It's like, let's give myself away even more. And he ends the conversation thinking this guy's, like, totally got his back, but he does in a good way, but not in the way he wants. He thinks, oh, look, the cops are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, seriously, we need to continue this video. It gets worse.
Yeah, and we have confirmed without any doubt at all that Patrick is, or at least has, had a client who's a 14-year-old boy, that he understands that this is an inappropriate contact.
Yes, he knows the difference between right and wrong legally, and that he could be arrested for doing so.
Imagine you're this kid's parent, and you have a suicidal child. You go on their internet history, and you see this video with this freak of nature fucking telling your child to go have sex and do drugs. Just imagine the horror.
I hope that women has threatened him as is someone's mother or sister.
I'm sure it is, because it's always psychopathic women.
I swear to God, though, let me catch my son or daughter ever watching this guy unironically.
Oh, man.
I would just have no choice but to, like, kick their head through the wall. Not literally, but figuratively.
So Patrick has
Late-term
exposed
abortion
himself
time.
in yet another lie, a very transparent one. He's denied to me directly on 3 occasions that he ever speaks with or has spoken to, in the context of a counselor, a minor.
I know, he refers to him as a client, so he definitely is having a counseling relationship. So let's continue, because this gets fucking insane, guys. I mean, this is the first act, the second act is crazy, and the third act will blow your fucking mind with this video, okay?
And they want to kill me. They want to kill me. Fucking witches. Fucking witches. So
That's
the
us,
name of
Ron.
this video is I Still Want to Die. Okay, it's a 14-year-old boy that I've been helping. He still wants to die. So he called me yesterday, and
Not even an online relationship, okay? They're talking on the goddamn phone.
Yeah.
This
And
is inappropriate.
if anyone ever says to you, I still want to die, the first things out of your mouth should be, have you been in touch with your doctor? You need help with this. Please
Yeah.
come with me to the nearest hospital, and I'll make sure that you're getting the care that you need. No.
Don't be afraid to ask for help either.
Well, you know,
That's
if Patrick really had some honorable intentions here, he would say, well, can I please speak to your mother and explain the situation? But he doesn't want to talk to the kid's mother because he knows this is an inappropriate relationship.
His mom's probably narcissistic. I don't want to talk to her. She'll
Remember,
probably call
narcissistic parents drive their children to suicide. That's a Patrickism. There you go.
Yep. Patrickism. I like it.
Patrickism. All right, let's continue.
he said
I
everything.
don't like it.
For me. Everything
Yeah, I
is
don't like it either.
wonderful for me. I'm young, I'm beautiful, I'm talented. What is going on? And he says, hi Patrick, I really do not know what to do. I'm happier than ever, yet I still want to die. I feel so trapped in my inability to die. I just want my soul mission to be completed so I can finally leave. My life has been so monotonous. I do not see change happening for years. The idea of living for another 3 years makes me want to cry. I'm not upset. I'm so content
Anyone
and
who
happy. I
says
just want to be free. I
is
feel
up.
like this.
What's that, Ian?
This kid says, I'm not upset. No, anyone who says this stuff is upset and wanting to die because of the monotony that you experience. That's not the whole story. This is a child expressing trauma in the most basic way, in the only way the kid knows how. And Patrick's just sitting there saying, you're young, you're beautiful, you're full of the joys of life. I like those things. And I like that you're talking to me.
Well, what's even dumber about what's happening here is the kid says, oh, there's nothing wrong. I have no reason to be upset. Okay, it sounds like a goddamn chemical imbalance to me. It sounds like maybe he does need to seek some medical care because he's having some either hormonal issues or there's some kind of chemical imbalance here. But this piece of garbage is going to say the cure is not to seek medical help for your mental issues. The cure is, well, you guys are going to see what the cure is. It's
Let him speak for himself.
Yeah.
Suffocating, being confined to this body. It's fine if you want to make a video on what happened, but please do not include my name. Much love. So I'm not including your name. So what do you do with the feelings of just wanting to die? Just wanting to die, wanting it all to end. Well, guess what? You can't drop out. You can't drop out because you signed a soul contract to experience what you're going through. You signed a soul.
I just wonder, does he think Vitaly signed a soul contract to kill himself? Because that video Vitaly is missing where Patrick admits that his last words were to kill yourself to Vitaly has been deleted from his channel. So I find it interesting that his advice here conflicts with what we know he said to Vitaly because he fucking told us on camera, okay? I just want to point out the hypocrisy.
Yeah, and he did offer some good advice there. Don't drop out, and that's great. Don't drop out. Absolutely, go get yourself some help and get well and move on with your life. But then the soul contract nonsense, which it translates as whatever misery whatever trauma you're going through now, how dark it is for you. You chose this.
Yep, exactly.
It's your fault. It's your spirit's fault. Fuck your soul. It's all their fault.
We can't all be shamans. Just me and you, Ron, and maybe you, Ian. I think you're gonna get shamanitis.
Yeah,
We're gonna hold you down and make you one, bitch. Just kidding.
You fucked with a shaman finger. That's how it begins.
Yeah.
That's Ron.
I like to use my toes, personally.
Yeah.
Shaman toe works too.
Your,
Shaman worst.
your toe sex comment on the video chilled me, and yet titillated.
I said something about toe sex in a comment.
No, you said in your new video on Patrick, which is some of your best work.
Oh, pink butthole thing. Yeah.
Pink butthole. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's let Patrick continue. We don't have a ton of time.
Contract. And do whatever it takes to get through your day. Do whatever it takes to get through your day. Dye your hair purple. Buy a blouse.
Buy a blouse.
Do whatever. Put on some mascara like I did.
Be like me. Emulate.
Mascara makes me not want to kill myself.
Oh, this is harmless. Buy a blouse, put on mascara. That's harmless advice. Just you guys wait a second, okay? It's gonna get real fun here in about 2 fucking seconds.
For your day. I mean, I've been cutting down on smoking. Look, this is a half cigarette, and
Good job, Patrick.
I'm smoking a half cigarette because I'm only smoking like I'm down to a pack every 3 days.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Wow. Congratulations.
This isn't about you, Patrick. Not about you.
What's that, Ian?
It's not about you, Patrick. You're talking to a suicidal child, and you're telling them about your nicotine habit and how well you're doing.
He's congratulating himself.
While saying to this kid, yeah, your way forward, man, is to basically emulate me, the great leader that I am. I'm sorry, but I'm going to use a bad word. Fuck you, Patrick. Fuck you very much for
Don't
that.
ever apologize for saying fuck you, Patrick. On
That's
stage.
one of the nicest words in the human language, dude.
One of the most honest.
Never apologize for it.
All right, let's continue.
You, whose name I cannot mention, you are so young. We have talked about you're 14 years old, and I remember when I was 14, and I remember when I wanted to die.
Me. It's all about me. I'm not a narcissist, guys.
Projecting himself onto people isn't a very good fucking way to start giving advice either.
Yeah, well.
When I was 14, I was just like you. I was gay and wearing blouses, and people would shout "faggot" in the hallway.
Yeah. To anyone who is encountering a suicidal person, listen to what they say. Don't necessarily talk to them. Just listen to everything they have to say.
And don't
Yeah,
make
exactly. He's just sitting here like, well, I did this, and I don't want to kill myself, and I did this or that. It's not about you anymore.
Well,
You need to start listening.
he's never going to do that.
Nope.
And you're gay like me, and you're gay like me, but there's a
Did he
reason
just come in his pants at the thought of what he's doing to this child?
Vitaly's chanting in the other room. But there's a reason you're here on this earth, and, you know, the only advice I can give you is find your soul mission. Find your soul mission. And maybe your soul mission is just to be happy. Be happy. Be happy.
But he's not happy.
And have lots of sex and do lots of drugs and drink a lot and smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Okay, no. Well, that deserves a replay.
Rewind.
Your soul mission is just to be happy. Be happy. Be happy. And have lots of sex and do lots of drugs and drink a lot and smoke a lot of cigarettes. And do whatever. But don't die. Don't die.
He is so obviously talking to himself. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. But, you know, kudos for getting into that heinous piece of advice. The kernel of truth, don't die. Don't die is a good place to start. Don't die, go get yourself some real medical help, and don't listen to lunatic clowns on the internet.
If Patrick had started and stopped at Don't Die, I probably would have liked this video.
Yep.
Oh my god, guys.
I just can't believe how fucking depraved he actually is when talking to a 14-year-old person. This is a video he made to this kid, okay? Imagine what he said in private.
Yeah, imagine. Actually, don't imagine, because you probably will want to fucking beat your face into a wall if you imagine it.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, though, that's scary to think about. Because, I mean, YouTube is very public. This is for everybody to see. What about things he only wants this boy to see?
Yeah. We can only speculate about that and hope that nothing else more heinous than this happened. But this is heinous enough.
Well, I have a question. Hey, Patrick, do you still deny that you had a 14-year-old boy as a client and that you told them to do things like have sex and become an alcoholic and a drug addict? I mean, do you still deny it? We just all saw it. Every single one of us saw it with our own two fucking eyes. We heard it with our own ears. Will you still deny it, Patrick? I just want to know, if you still, are you so low and stupid and pathetic that you will still fucking deny it now?
I'm a shaman. I rise to every challenge. Every challenge. I'm a shaman. I'm a shaman.
Rise to this.
Right? Remember, motherfucker? When you said that, step up to the fucking plate.
Explain yourself. Was this a lie? Was this all a big fucking lie? I mean, does this 14-year-old boy not exist? Because if so, then you need to tell us that also. But, you know, considering how you act, I'm pretty sure this is either a real person or someone who was catfishing you. So
I'm leaning more towards he's making this shit up, to be honest. Remember how the person he fucked over at some magic class in Chicago replied in a comment to one of his videos saying that this person that he has on the phone that he's speaking to about lifting some curse on the store.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they basically say to him that, okay, this dude you're talking to has a British accent. The guy doesn't actually have a British accent, and you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
it wouldn't surprise me, and in some respects it's even more heinous if he is fabricating this person. Irrespective of that, the advice that he offers has the potential to be extremely damaging to anyone vulnerable listening to this nonsense.
well, here are his options, okay? He can either A, admit that he's a bald-faced liar who knows how to pretend cry when talking about suicide. He can do that, or he can B, admit that he is talking inappropriately with 14-year-old boys. A or B, Patrick, are you a liar or are you a pedophile? Which is it? You need to explain yourself, because those are the only two possibilities, okay?
Yeah.
Step up to the plate, bitch.
Yeah, Patrick has, in his recent videos and comments, he said, "No one ever asks me questions. I'll answer any questions." Well, my two questions are, as they were at the beginning of this week, Patrick, will you give a commitment that you will not offer advice that you know to be harmful? And will you give a further commitment that you will not counsel underage people, minors, children, without appropriate parental consent and a third party in the room at all times?
Well, listen, if Patrick is actually talking to 14-year-old boys and giving them advice like this, I just feel like the FBI might be super interested in keeping him on their radar. Do you guys think the FBI would be interested in a person like that? I just have this shamanic feeling that they might.
It's in a parallel universe. I could see that might be something they would be interested in. There's also incomplete but developing legislation about unlicensed healthcare new age providers and a similar liability in terms of civil and criminal prosecution in the event of harm of their clients.
And he's definitely contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I don't care who the fuck you talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah. If my son came to me and said, I've been talking to this lunatic and he told me X, Y, and Z, well, I'm a pacifist, but he's already crossed the line.
Yeah.
Did you say Zed?
Yeah.
I haven't
Well,
heard that
that's what they say across the pond, dude.
I know.
Z, X, Y, and ZZ top.
ZZ Top.
All right. Well, this gets juicy.
Hey, man, you remember that time when ZZ Top toured and they stopped at Birmingham? That shit was great.
Oh, yes, that was fantastically hot stuff.
You guys.
Yeah,
All right, this gets
fucking
juicy.
Luke.
This gets juicier.
Let it happen naturally. Let it happen naturally. And let it happen in time. In time. You're only 14. You're only 14. And I know that several people are watching this video. It's like, how can a 14-year-old want to die?
I think most people watching the video are like, what the fuck are you doing talking to a 14-year-old? That's probably the first fucking question.
You know, like how when Chris Hansen is like, hey, have a seat over there, and they're like, oh, I didn't know how old that girl was or that boy was or whatever. And it's like, well, I got the chat logs right here. You can't deny it, Pat. You're talking to a fucking 14-year-old,
We're
and
giving,
you know it.
We're giving
You're
Patrick
only 14, and I've already admitted on camera and posted to the freaking internet that this is
Said, arrest me if you
illegal.
want, whatever.
Yeah, it's probably illegal. Yeah, it probably is.
The stupidity of this guy is fucking mind-blowing. How could anyone be this stupid?
Yeah,
Oh.
it is staggering, but we can get distracted by the comedic aspect of it, but the advice he's offering is dangerous. He's offering it in an inappropriate environment. He's basically breaching this kid's confidentiality rights anyway. And if the kid doesn't even exist, he's putting this message out there for other emotionally disturbed people, vulnerable people. Here, this is what you need to do. Emulate me, and all of my riches will be yours. Now, Charlie Manson had influence and was a terrible human. Patrick has influence. Patrick has influence.
He does. And as ridiculous as he is, he actually does influence. Even if he influenced 3 or 4 people, those are 3 or 4 fucking people whose lives are going to be fucked because of this fucking vampire. So.
And he could so easily change very little and actually do people at least no harm and maybe some good. But he willfully refuses to do that and continues to offer advice that he knows and accepts to be harmful. To me, that is the embodiment of evil.
He is. He's fucking evil. There's no other word for what he is. But let's continue, because this is going to get real.
I really don't like to use that word, but if I had to use it, I will use it on him.
You know, it gets real evil here in a second.
But
what the fuck is that? Is that Big Daddy? Who the hell is that?
It's one of the walk-ins, I think. Clearly he's focusing on the therapeutic environment.
It's the Scat Man.
And reality itself apart.
Ripping reality apart! Rip it!
And I don't mean scatting like zippity boo bop. This dude sticks his finger up his ass all day.
Yeah. I don't want to imagine that. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, we need to take a comedy break from the darkness of Patrick every 15 seconds. Have you noticed that? Just to recharge our souls.
This is the problem. Like, we laugh and everything, but it's just to kind of break up the very negative atmosphere that he creates.
Yeah, and another public service announcement. This kind of advice has a body count. We know this. We have seen it.
But let's continue. We're running out of time. Let's continue here, and then we'll do some final thoughts.
So basically, just don't die. Don't kill yourself. If you feel like killing yourself, come out like, 773-789-9275.
Do not ever call Patrick John Coleman if you feel like killing yourself. Okay, word of advice.
Always here for you. I'm always here for you.
Everyone, if you feel like killing yourself, call 911.
Yeah.
911 or the emergency services in your country. Call the police, the fire, the ambulance service. Go to a hospital. Walk if you have to. Get yourself in a safe environment as soon as you can.
And I also believe in the U.S., 1-800-SUICIDE is still operable, and there's just people there that will just talk to you.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
if they feel that it's a situation that is going to escalate, they will call somebody in to help you.
Who tells a suicidal person to fucking get drunk and do drugs? I mean, honestly. That's the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard before.
To suicidal people out there, we've all been there. Reach out, get some help, find people that you can trust, go to a hospital.
Well, let's continue.
It's so sad.
It's really sad.
If you want to come see me in Chicago, just get on a plane, come see me, and we'll talk it out, and I'll hug you, and I'll be your uncle. I'll be your uncle.
Creepy Uncle Patrick, everybody, just invited a 14-year-old boy to come stay with him. So that's pretty cool, right?
I'll be your uncle. It won't be creepy. It won't be weird.
It won't be creepy, he
I already have a
promises.
boyfriend, so it won't be weird.
You hear that? That was his humanity chiming in to say, it won't be creepy, it won't be weird, but I know it will be both of those things.
Dude, it was creepy and weird for his boyfriend at the time. I think we all know because we fucking talked to him. So I think if a 14-year-old boy came into this situation, it would actually get about 20 fucking times creepier than it already was. And it was pretty goddamn creepy to start with.
Yeah. Get on a plane, come and stay with your Uncle Patrick.
Don't tell Mom and Dad. Don't tell your mom. Fucking
This is how having the wrong friends and the wrong guru can end your life.
piece of shit. I swear to God, this is not acceptable. Continuing.
But the title of this video is I Still Want to Die, and this video is dedicated to you. So...
Do you see any tears? I don't see a one goddamn tear.
That's the problem.
What?
He actually has videos in his past where you actually can see a tear or two, and these you don't. Never.
Yeah, he's probably lost all of his tears. His reserves are dry. So.
Yeah, certain drugs will do that. Not speculating on any kind of drug abuse.
That's possible.
I'm speculating on it. I'll just be honest. But let's continue.
Oh, the spirits have a message for you.
Have sex with Patrick.
You are born with this pain, and you have to work through this pain. This pain is your soul mission. Okay, so
It's your responsibility to be in pain. That's what you're here for. Your entire purpose of existing is to feel this pain. That's a great thing to tell a suicidal child.
Yeah, and your soul contract, which you agreed to, allowed you to choose this pain, which you did. But I'm going to offer a little bit of contrary advice from the rational side of the tracks. It's your responsibility to do everything that you can to live as well as you can for as long as you can. Go and get some help.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Patrick has been draining my soul all day. I'm really exhausted by this motherfucker, to be honest with you guys.
We need to do a cleansing ceremony.
We should. Does anybody have any ideas for... I know. We can ring this magic bell.
I just want to take a shower after that. I just feel dirty.
You guys want to public
How's that?
Patrick with me? Yeah?
Shame!
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 Shame.
Absolutely shame on you, sir.
Shame!
Shame on you.
Shame!
Shame upon you and your family.
Okay.
And yet another well-exposed lie, despite the heinous content. The clear thing is, Patrick does in fact talk to 14-year-old kids in the context of client-patient or patient-shaman relationships, invites them to run away from home and come and stay with Uncle Patrick, his words.
Creepy. He's not creepy though.
And it's not creepy and it's not weird.
Right.
Yes, it really, really is.
Totally normal. There's lots of living situations like that, guys.
It's okay because he's a shaman, guys. You don't understand spiritual matters.
Don't tell Mom. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sick bastard.
All right, well, I don't know. I feel like Patrick is probably fake crying right now. What do you guys think?
Well, he's probably going to be saying something like, well, what are the odds? He was possessed by the spirit of Jerry Lee Lewis.
No.
And
He was tricking us into revealing our demonic natures by making that video.
by attempting to seduce and otherwise offer bad advice to an emotionally vulnerable minor.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing, guys.
Oh my God.
Thank you for playing.
I feel so.
Because nothing really matters. Nothing's really the end. Nothing's really that important.
This is all a game to him.
Yeah, very few people get me actually angry. But when Patrick sits in his parsimonious new sober state and patronizes people like the people on this show for saying, you're dangerous, you know it, and you continue to be dangerous, and you're putting kids at risk, while denying that you ever talk to kids. There's something very wrong with this picture, and you are not a wholesome person, Patrick. You need to be honest with yourself and come back to the light.
Well, guys, I just want to say this is probably our last broadcast because we're all going to be murdered by the secret organization that has hidden Vitaly away. So it was nice to know all of you. I very much believe I'm going to be dead within the next 24 hours because I've really pissed off some powerful people. Now, you guys have pissed off some powerful people, and I think we're all doomed. So, you guys.
Well, it's going to be the last time you see these. I just want to go ahead and...
Good luck.
Come on.
Look.
I mean, you gotta see it one more time before the end of our lives. You
We're
know.
all going to be dead within 24 hours.
Ethel or Myrtle, pick one.
I am now retiring to the Illuminati bunker complex to live out my last few short, miserable moments, knowing that I've done at least one good thing by saying, Patrick, you're dangerous. Please stop. Please stop talking to kids. Continue to be a kooky shaman. Everybody loves a clown.
Gay around.
Yeah. No kids.
Patrick John Coleman.
I gotta play it. No, I gotta play it now. Here we go.
His name is Pat.
That's not the right one.
Well, he's the kookiest gay around. His name is Patrick John Coleman.
Yeah.
Uncle Patrick, it won't be creepy and it won't be weird.
No, it won't be. Uncle Patrick. That's what we should call him from now on, guys. Uncle Patrick.
Yeah, I think.
But honestly, Pat, I do seriously hope that you watch this and seriously take any of it to heart and realize that you're really fucking it up right now. You're making it worse for yourself.
And Patrick, once you're reliant on a shell of lies built on more lies, pretty soon all you've got left is an empty shell. And nobody will trust you. All you need to do is take one step, change your ways, and people will flock to you.
Well, guys, I think that we need to go, but I'm gonna. This is a very rough version. Ron still needs to add his vocals. We need to play around with it a little bit, but I'm gonna let Rip It Good play us out, okay? So thanks for joining us, Doc Savage. Thanks, Ron, for this impromptu broadcast. And guys, just remember, you've been warned, okay? Now you know. All right?
Yeah, it's been great, guys. Thanks.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
When a shaman comes along, he must rip it before he does the next Prince song. He must rip it. If he puts one more straight jacket on, he will rip it. Now rip it. Then mention rape. Smear on makeup. You're doing great. Get more absurd. Chunky shithead. Murder suspected. We won't forget to rip it. Rip it good. To break reality apart, you must rip it. You will be dumber than a fart unless you rip it. There is a shaman that is gay. He loves to rip it. I say rip it. I say rip it. I mean, yeah. Rip it good. I say rip it. Rip it good. Make reality rip. Tell the cops a fib. Smoke that crack. Patrick Coleman's back. When a shaman comes along, he must rip it. He's got neither brains nor brawn. He will rip it to help the shaman pay his rent. You must rip it. Now rip it. Mention you're gay. Pretend to cry. You're doing great. Now mention rip it. Then bang some meth. You junkie addicts with awful breath. So rip it. Ask to be paid. Pretend to cry. You're doing great. Now mention rip it. Then fall asleep. And please don't wake up. You fucking creep. So rip it. Oh, rip it